Hi everyone, let's solve this question. Okay, so this is GATE 2015 question, and in this question, two functions are given, function f, function g. So two functions are given, and the question is asking this function, which of them is functionally complete? Okay, so let's check it out. So you can notice that these functions, these are given, very long expressions are given to you. So my first suggestion is that you minimize them. Okay, so basically the question is asking about f comma g. So let me check f. Okay, so let me check this f x comma y comma z. So this function is already given to you. This is x bar y z, or x y bar, or y bar z bar. Okay, so this is the first guideline. You can notice that what you do, you try to minimize this. Okay, so this is the first guideline I will give you. So this function is given, and the question is asking, is this function, this only one function, remember, this only one function is given to you. So basically the question is asking, is this a set, is this set functionally complete? Okay, so only one function we need to check, only this function we need to check whether this is functionally complete or not. Okay, so let's find out. Now first you minimize this. Okay, if minimization is possible, then you minimize. So let me apply the k-map. Okay, so using the k-map, can we minimize? Let me check it out. Okay, so this is your k-map x y z. Okay, this is the k-map. You can notice this is z, and you can notice this is x, and you can notice this is y. So in this question, the question is saying x bar y z. Okay, so this is your x bar, I can say. So x, this is your z bar, and you can notice this is y bar. So x bar and y and z, so this is one. X y bar. Okay, so this is x and this is y bar, and y bar z bar. So I can say z bar and y bar. Okay, so this is your z bar y bar. Correct. So this is the function that is given to you. Can we minimize this? Okay, so let us check it out. So you can notice this is not minimize. This is a prime implicant. You can notice here. So this is a prime implicant. I can say this is a prime implicant, and this I have to do. This is also essential prime implicant, I can say. This is also essential prime implicant, this is also essential prime implicant, and this is also essential prime implicant. Okay, so you can notice that basically okay, this is also essential prime implicant, I can say. This is also EPI. So basically we have three prime implicant, and all of them are EPI. So this is already minimal. Remember, this is already minimal. So let me tell you, this is already minimized. Okay, so this we cannot further minimize. This is already minimized. This is already minimal. Now, so okay, if this is already minimal, now what we will do? So this minimization we cannot do. Correct, this minimization we cannot do. So now let me try all the guidelines. Okay, we have already seen many guidelines, so let me try those guidelines, and can they work? Okay, so let me check. Now let me check if I replace all of them with 0 0 0. So let's see what is this f of 0. So you can notice what is f of 0. If you replace all of them with 0, then what this will become? Because this will become 1, right? If you replace all of them with 0, then this will become 1. So this, okay, so you can notice if you replace all of them with 0, then they will become 1. So I cannot apply guideline 2. Guideline 2 not applicable. You can notice this guideline 2, that is not applicable, because you can notice when every variable you replace with 0, then the output is not 0. Okay, similarly, if you replace everything with 1, okay, then you can notice if you replace everything with 1, then this will become 0. So again, you can notice guideline 3 also not applicable. Okay, because when you replace every variable with 1, then you are not getting 1. Okay, you are not getting 1. So I cannot apply this guideline number 3 also. And let's see whether this is self dual or not. This is not self dual. Okay, so this function is not self dual. Why? This function is not self dual because you can notice that in this function, what are the minterms? Just look at it. Okay, so this function f x y z. So what are the minterms, or I can say what are the true minterms of this function? So what are the minterms of this function? So you can notice that this 0. Okay, so you can notice this, I can say this 0, and you can notice, so this is 0 1 2 3. So this 3. Okay, this 3, and this 4 comma 5. So this is you, these are the true minterms. You can notice for these combinations, the function is 1. And you can notice this function, this is not self dual. Why this is not self dual? Because if this is self dual, then you can notice that these two cannot be together. Okay, these two cannot be these, because of these two, I can say this is not self dual, because these are, you can say these are mutually exclusive pair. These are mutually exclusive pairs. These two are mutually exclusive pairs. Okay, you can notice this 3 means 0 1 1 and 4 means 1 0 0. So these are mutually exclusive pairs. And you can notice that because if a function is self dual, then you can notice that from every mutually exclusive pair, exactly one, not both, no, okay, so not both, okay, exactly one of them must be one. But here you can notice they both are one. Okay, so this is also one, this is also one. So that is the reason this is not self dual. So you cannot apply self dual also. So I can say this function, this is not a self dual. This function is not a self dual. So this guideline also cannot work. So basically guideline 4 also not applicable. Okay, and linearity, actually, because we have three variables, so linearity will take a lot of time, but anyway, let me try. Okay, let me check it out. So you have three variables and this is your function, and your three variables are like this: 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 1 0 0 1 0 1 110 and 111. Okay, so this is your function, and you can notice your function is 0 3. Okay, so this is your function 0 3 4 5. Okay, so this is the function you can notice. Okay, so this is our function you can notice. Now, is this linear? Is this function linear? You can notice that whenever f is 1, then in the input what is happening? Okay, so whenever f is 1, here f is 1, here f is 1, here f is 1, here f is 1. So whenever f is 1, you can notice sometimes I can say even number of ones we have. So sometimes we have even number of ones, and sometimes we have odd number of ones. So here we have odd number of ones, here we have even number of ones. So I can say that whenever f is 1, I can say we have sometimes we have even number of ones, and sometimes we have odd number of ones. Okay, so sometimes we have odd number of ones. So you can notice that this function f is not linear. So this function is not linear. So you cannot apply the linearity also. So finally I am saying that basically these guidelines you cannot apply. Okay, see, let me tell you one more thing. See, these four guidelines that we have seen, if they do not apply, if they are not applicable, then most probably function this set is functionally complete. Okay, so remember, most probably, I'm not saying that always, because if these four guidelines are not applicable, okay, so if they are not applicable, then most probably the function is the function, or you can say the set is functionally complete. Okay, but let us check it out. Remember, most probably I'm saying. Okay, I'm not saying that always, I'm only saying that most probably. So let's check it out. Finally, now what we will do, so these guidelines, they are not applicable, these guidelines are not applicable. So now what we are going to do, now we are going to try to create not comma or. So this is what we are going to do. So this is the function x bar yz, or x y bar or y bar z bar, x y bar or y bar z bar. See, okay, let me check. Okay, this is nor, you can notice this is already nor. So if I can somehow, okay, this is already nor, then what we can do? Okay, so let me check. So can I create not? So let me do. Okay, if I replace everything with x, if I replace everything with x, f x x x. Okay, if I do this, then can I create? Then can I create not? So let me do. If I replace everything with x, then this will become 0. Okay, and this will become 0, and this will become x bar. So finally I will get x bar. So you can notice that not operation we can create. So from this function is given to us. From this function you can create not operation. So very easy, not operation we can create, because you can notice f x x x, that is giving us x bar. So you can very easily create not operation. So x bar you can create. Okay, now let us see. Now once we can create x bar, remember we can already create x bar. Now we can create, now can we create something else? So let us check it out. Okay, what is this? Okay, let us check it out. X x y, can we create? Okay, so this is my question, can we create something else? So if you replace if you replace okay, so let us check. So can we create or? Okay, so let's see what will happen if we do x x z. Okay, randomly I'm trying. Okay, so if I can get, if remember I already have not operation, so I can take advantage of not operation. I already have this. Now if I can create and, NAND, or okay, if any of them I can create, then I can simply say that this function is functionally complete. Okay, so let's see xxz, what it will give me. If you do xxz means y equal to x, so this will become 0, so this definitely will become 0. And if you do x and this is your x bar, this is also 0. So finally what you will get, you will get x bar z bar. This is what you will get, x bar z bar. Now remember this, can you notice that this is already NOR, yes or no? This is already NOR, this is already NOR, because finally I can say that basically if you have, can you create NOR? So this is the point, x NOR, x NOR z, can you create this? This means x NOR z, this means x NOR z. So can you create x NOR z? Yes, very easily, because you can notice f x x comma z, this will give you NOR. Okay, so this f x comma x comma z, this is going to give you NOR. Okay, you can notice here f x comma x comma z, that will give us NOR. And we already know that NOR, okay, this is NOR, right? Because this is okay, this is NOR, you can notice. So and we already know that NOR itself is a functionally complete. So NOR itself is functionally complete, and we can create NOR. So I am saying that from this function is given to us. From this function you can create NOR, you can create NOR. Okay, you can create x NOR z, you can create x NOR z, and this NOR itself is functionally complete. This itself is functionally complete, so this function is also functionally complete. Okay, so very simple, because we can create NOR, so I can say that this function is functionally complete. Okay, so this is the point. Now so this function f is definitely functionally complete. Okay, now let's see the next function. The next function is g. Okay, so is this function complete? So let's see, this g is given to you. So this function g, x comma y comma z, this is given to you, x bar yz, x bar yz, or x bar yz bar, x bar yz bar, or xy. Okay, so let us simplify this. First we will minimize this. So can we minimize? Actually you can notice that these two you can very easily minimize. You can take this x bar y out, so you can take it out. This x bar y, this x bar y, you can take it out. So then it will become z or z bar or xy. What it will become? It will become x bar y or xy. Now you can take y out. Now what you can do, you can take y out. So finally you will get y. So basically your function is equal to y, and this y is not functionally complete, right? Because this is okay, your set, remember your set is this. You are checking whether this function x g comma x comma y comma z, this function you are checking, but this function is basically this function g, I can say this g, this function g x comma y comma z, this is simply equal to y. So this is equal to y only, and this is not functionally complete. This definitely, this is not functionally complete. Why this is not functionally complete? You can very easily notice. First of all, this is self dual. You can notice this is self dual. Okay, only in this set we only have one function, and you can notice first of all this is a self dual, this is self dual. This is not functionally complete. Why? Because this is self dual, this is self dual. Also you can notice that if you replace every variable with 0, then this will be 0. You can notice, so if you replace every variable with 0, then this will be 0, correct? I can say basically if you replace every variable with 0, then this will be 0. Similarly, if you replace every variable with 1, then this will be 1. So you can notice either you can use this guideline number, this is guideline number 4, this is guideline number 2, this is guideline number 3. So these you can apply. Okay, this is also enough. So because this is self dual, so I can say this is not functionally complete, because if you replace every variable with 0, then it is getting 0. So then also I can say this is not functionally complete. If you replace every variable with 1, then you are getting 1. So using any of them, I can say that this function g is definitely not functionally complete. So finally I can say only function f is functionally complete. So option B will be correct. Okay.